Hey folks, Dr. Dan from DocTalk here. The wildfires that occurred in southwest Kansas, the Oklahoma Panhandle, and West Texas, they affected a lot of people. My guests will be Mark Gardiner, Mark Spare, Dr. Randall Spare, and Kendall Kay, all from the Ashland and Clark County areas. And now we're going to talk about the rebuilding, we'll talk about relief efforts and how you can help. Thanks for joining us today for the show.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Hey there folks, and welcome to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson here in person with Mark Spare, and on the phone and live in person we have Dr. Randall Spare from Ashland Veterinary Center, Kendall Kay from the Stock Growers State Bank in Ashland, Kansas, and Mark Gardiner, who is with Gardiner Angus. And one of the things, you know, folks, that if you can't get there in person, or you want to make sure your money's going to a place that's going to do some good. As Kendall and I talked earlier, it's a lot easier to divide up money for ranchers than it is to divide up supplies. And while we want to put a load of supplies together or something to that nature, not everybody builds fence the same way. Not everybody has the same terrain, geography, climate, things to that nature, soil types. So really making sure that they get the fencing supplies that they want, donating to this Ashland Community Foundation or the KLA Livestock Foundation is really important that we get the word out. And while we're talking about donations, there's a picture sitting here between Mark Spare and I here on the show today. And Mark Gardiner, I'm going to let you visit a little bit about this painting. It's a painting that was painted by Dr. Eva Gardiner, who is, while Dr. Randall Spare is Mark's day-to-day veterinarian for the operation there at Gardiner Angus. You do have a veterinarian that you have a little bit closer relationship with in your family, I assume.
I do. Oftentimes, Dan, I get asked, and Randall's cringy as I say this, but if I'm a veterinarian, I say, well, no, I'm not, but I slept with one last night. And Dr. Eva Gardiner is my absolute best friend, but Randall Spare and Kendall Kay are two of my very best friends also. And as has been stated very well, we are much better at giving help than we are at receiving it. But all three of us on this call have related with each other and with our friends and neighbors. We're not good at accepting help, but we're going to need to accept help now. And actually, last year, Eva did that drawing, and it's called A Walk Through Henry's Dream, to raise funds for the Anderson Creek fire. And we were very pleased, Eva was very pleased that raised quite a bit of funding. And actually, we had Dr. Dan Thomson was our speaker for our sale that year, and that was presented to him, and Dr. Dan had that idea to do that, and we went forward and did that. And so we're going to recreate that. And interestingly enough, Henry took that picture back in 1999, and the reality of where that cow and calf were in that drawing, that was all burned up last week. And so, but that's a renewal, and when we look at the opportunity we have here to raise funding for people in need, it's my understanding that we're going to try to do that again with prints and such. And so Eva is a very talented veterinarian. Everything she does is, amazing. And we're going to recreate that and raise funding for the Starbuck fire. And we're excited that we're able to do that.
All proceeds from the sale of this print. So every time you buy one of these prints, all proceeds from that are going to be provided to victims of this wildfire to help replace fences, to replace homes, to replace buildings, equipment, cattle losses, all these different things. Yes, we have some wonderful indemnity programs here in this country that are going to help offset some of the costs, but nothing is going to come close to rebuilding or providing the whole costs that were lost. Keep everybody strong, keep the faith, and understand we're going to get through this, we're going to rebuild, and we appreciate all the help that you've provided for the folks in Clark County, Ashland, Kansas, Oklahoma, and West Texas.
More Doc Talk after these messages.
This segment is brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook, or visit us online at sftmeats.com.
Well, I want to challenge everybody that's watching the show. If you go to the KLA Foundation website, you can see that you can purchase this print, and all proceeds from the print will go to support the KLA Foundation, one of the foundations that will be providing money for relief for the ranchers and community members in the Ashland, Clark County, and Kansas, people who are affected by the wildfires in Kansas. And as you can see, this is not only a beautiful painting, but when it was done by someone who was personally, and their family was personally touched by the fire, in a pasture that was burnt during this fire, you know, I believe in fate, and a lot of things that when you start to connect the dots on this painting being done last year during the Barber County fire, the rebirth of the Gardiner Marketing Center and the new Marketing Center, along with the devastation that Mark and his family are suffering from, along with a lot of other people in that area, which are some very strong, humble, faith-based people. Please go and either donate to the Kansas Livestock Association Foundation, donate to the Ashland Community Foundation, or go on the KLA Foundation website and buy one of these prints. Let's sell 10,000 of these prints and really do some good for people in the area that are hurting, for rebuilding fences, for rebuilding a community, rebuilding a region, and rebuilding an industry, because these people are the heart and soul of our beef industry. They represent everything that's good, and not only for our beef industry, but as American citizens on a day-to-day basis. We love them. We care about them. We're excited for the opportunity to move forward, but we need your help. And this is a great way, and it's a great piece that you can have in your house and understand what you did for the folks. Thanks for watching Doc Talk. More after these messages. Hey folks, Dr. Dan from DocTalk. Have you asked yourself, how can I help provide relief to wildfire victims? Well, you can go to the Ashland Community Foundation, or you can go to the Kansas Livestock Association Foundation and make monetary gifts. Another way, you can buy this beautiful print that was painted by Dr. Eva Gardiner of the Gardiner Angus Ranch of Ashland and Clark County area before the fire. This painting will be sold through the Kansas Livestock Association Foundation, and all proceeds will be provided to victims of the wildfire.
Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego is driven by the spirit of American ingenuity. Come in for a new Chevrolet car, truck, or SUV. If we don't have exactly what you want, we'll find it for you. And we also have a great selection of used cars. We make sure you have an easy, fun, and transparent sales experience that saves you time and money. But if you want high-pressure salesmen and hours spent in the finance office, you'll just have to go elsewhere. Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're making car buying great again. Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com, Valley Vet Supply.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
The BQA Tip of the Day, sponsored by Beringer Engelheim Vetmedica, Inc.
Hello folks, Dr. Nels Lindberg here with Production Animal Consultation and Animal Medical Center out of Great Bend, Kansas. Today's BQA Tip of the Day, we're thinking about handling our cows for this fall. Everyone's getting done with fall harvest and thinking about handling their cows and getting them preg checked, moving them off of grass onto whatever residues or pastures they may be moving them to. When we do those things, we think about stress on those cows, and we want to do everything we can possibly do to minimize those stresses. And so cattle handling those cows is a very important thing to think about. When we move them off pasture, gather them, move them to another pasture, move them to another residue, or as we're bringing them in to get them preg checked, we just want to do all we can to minimize hot shot use, cattle prod use, all those things. And it's about positioning and anticipation and pressure and release and focal point on that eye. And we just have to do those things to do the right thing for the cattle, which our people demand that we do the best we can in terms of animal welfare. And there's nobody cares more about animal welfare than those of us doing it. So keep it forefront in your mind, think about it, do it, and keep at it.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
We do business with Blueville because of the quality of their work. It is excellent quality, and because they make a commitment to their customers.
We enjoy the benefits of hiring a good company to help us maintain this home.
We will always do business with Blueville. We have for many, many years, and there's no reason for us to look for any other service.
I had this horse, it was a good horse, except for when the wind was blowing above 30 miles an hour. The wind was blowing about 35, 40, and I saddled him up, rode him out to the end of the lane, and I thought, well, he's doing pretty good. And about 6 jumps later, I was laying on the ground and thinking, boy, my shoulders sure hurt. I kept waiting, and it didn't get better, and so I went to orthopedic surgeon, and that showed that I had torn rotator cuff. And said, well, we'll have to do surgery. I thought, I farm and ranch by myself. This is not going to work out very well. I'd been sleeping in my recliner for about 2.5 years because it hurt too much to sleep in bed on my side. And I'd heard about Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center on the radio and gotten down there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 11:30 the procedure was all over. They just took some fat out of my side here and spun that down for about 45 minutes and then injected it in my shoulders, and I was on my way. It's something you don't hear about, but I thought it was worth a try, and I'm really pleased. It's really worked out well for me.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Any closing comments from y'all?
Just doesn't seem appropriate, but at this point in time, that's all we can say is thank you. I mean, the support received from far and it truly is amazing, and just gives you a boost in the spirits right now. And then each and every one out there, pray for rain.
Yep.
The comment I'd like to make is that we so much, and we're so humbled by the gifting and concern of others, and these people that have driven 400 miles with a load of hay, and they've paid for their own trucking and brought a load of hay down here, and the actual hauling costs more than the hay, but they want to come and touch somebody that's been hurt, and we so much appreciate that, and we're learning to be gracious recipients of those gifts. And the other thing I'd like to communicate is just in my observation from touching all these people, the sense of otherness of those people that have been hurt by the fire. When we look at nearly 500,000 acres being burned and over 3,000 mama cows that have perished, not including calves, the concern for others by those that have been hurt is very unique, and our community, our 3 counties that have been affected this will flourish, but we so much appreciate the encouragement of those people around the country that have come along and shouldered our challenge. And I might comment just a bit. When the homesteaders came out here in the 1880s, my family homesteaded here in 1885, and many other of the families that are affected by this fire, and everybody that's come since then. We think about the hardships that they went through, the blizzards, the famous blizzard of 1884, all the droughts and all the strife, and we think about all of those people went through. And I've often wondered, Dan, if my generation resembled my father's or my grandfather's generation, and I'm here to say they do. This is our time to step up. This is our opportunity to step up, and I'm proud to say that this community, this area, has done that marvelously. But to take it to the greater area of all the people that have shown so much concern, and as Randall said, they came running with all that they had and all that they could. And this is a good place. This is a good community with good people. And you mentioned the sale and the cattle, and that's what we do, and we love it with all our heart, but it's not who we are. And so what I would suggest is that we have a celebration of the people that have done so many amazing things, and these people will rebuild this community with cattle, with the agriculture economy, and we'll go forward.
You dang right we will.
More Doc Talk after these messages.
It's time, the Great Bend Farm and Ranch Expo, April 5th through the 7th in Great Bend, Kansas. This is your regional expo held in the heart of Kansas. J.D. Wing Horse Clinician all 3 days, sponsored by T-Cross Ranch and Bobby Norris Realty. Bradford Cattle Dogs, Border Collie demos all 3 days. Live cattle, beer garden, 80 acres and 3 buildings of exhibits. Corporate sponsors American Hat Company, the Great Bend Co-op. Go to starexpos.net for more information. April 5, 6, 7.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways, of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on Ag AM in Kansas on Tuesdays and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source, together we grow.
Did you know long-range planning through the checkoff can help keep your business profitable? To successfully pass on cattle operations from one generation to the next, it's important to promote beef and keep farms and ranches profitable. Your beef checkoff helps do that.
I'm Will Townsend. I'm part of Townsend Ranch. It's a ranch my grandparents started. They actually raised their family and started growing their cow herd right here. I would be the 3rd generation on the ranch, and daughter and expecting a son would be the 4th generation on the ranch. The beef checkoff has done a lot of things for the beef industry. The biggest thing, when you look at it from a 30,000 foot view, is that it's brought a lot of different segments together to promote beef. And I don't think that is done easily. I think that's a very big feat.
And when the checkoff dollar is collected, the money is spent for educational purposes. A lot of them are national programs, and the state takes the national programs and runs with them. So not only do our own local producers benefit from that, but nationally.
Yes, I really like the research and development aspect of the beef checkoff. Adding value and development of new products, new beef cuts, things like the flat iron steak. That's a huge deal again, that with a segmented industry probably wouldn't have been done without the beef checkoff. And then both domestic and foreign marketing is something that really probably wouldn't be done by different segments of the industry without them all coming together. Again, that probably wouldn't have been done without the beef checkoff.
And I don't know who would promote our product if we who are raising it don't promote it ourselves.
This Meet the Future Veterinarian is brought to you by Zuprevo. Choose confidence. Choose Zuprevo for BRD treatment.
Brendan Martin was raised on a beef cattle, poultry, and crop farm in Virginia. During college, he worked and interned in the cattle industry while raising his own Angus herd. As a result, he became interested in bovine reproduction and the power of genetic progress within a cattle herd. After graduation, Brendan started Valley Herd Health in Virginia, working mainly with beef and dairy cattle.
Healthy cows start with the new hired hand automatic livestock sprayer. Rancher invented to provide an efficient alternative to pour-on and injectable parasite management systems. The portable design allows cattle to treat themselves head to hoof. Strategic device placement with pass-through activation technology takes the stress out of parasite treatment for cattle and the rancher, leaving more time to tend to other vital tasks on the farm. To learn more, visit cowsprayer.com. The new hired hand makes healthy cows easy.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
We got a good one sitting here next to me, and Mark Spare. Mark, you have any comments here to kind of wrap us up, and then I'll take us home?
Yeah, you know, when I think about the stories that came out immediately of certainly of lives that should have been lost that were saved, I'd like to just take a moment and express probably our shared faith in our Savior Jesus. There's a lot of times where the things that we did this last week and the sights that we took in the aftermath cannot be explained by things that we have here on earth, material things, but rather that we understand that somebody is in control and that has a greater purpose in mind. And in that spirit, I'd like to just thank those that have sacrificed. I think of my own wife that sacrificed and took care of our young Elizabeth as I came down. My buddy's wife that took care of his home place while we came down, and those that have allowed their husbands and loved ones onto the road to take hay that was not going to make their homestead money.
We do appreciate the sacrifice, and coming out of this, we can see
how those families have laid it on the line to help us rebuild this community, and I cherish that.
Well, folks, these are 4 men that have had a deep impact on my life. There's some of my better friends. We've shared a lot of good times. We've shared personal strife. We've shared a lot of different things, and for us to have the opportunity to represent a region, to represent the Kansan spirit and a faith-based industry and a faith-based community and county, we appreciate you watching DocTalk. We appreciate all that you have done to help the people of Clark County, Southwest Kansas, the Oklahoma Panhandle, West Texas, and we hope that we can ask you to continue to give in the spirit of the beef industry, in the spirit of becoming neighbors, and come visit us. We want to see you, and thanks for watching DocTalk. I'll see you down the road.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.